When Tim and I get ready to start a new video, Tim lights up and he says, "Oh good, I've been meaning to read a new stack of books." Research is the backbone of our videos here at Bible Project, but for Tim, research isn't work. Research is an opportunity to have a conversation with like-minded Bible nerds, a conversation with people all over the world, and even a conversation with dead people. This is Bible Project, our process.
So once we've selected a biblical theme or maybe a book of the Bible or a word that we want to explore, where do we go from there in our process? For me, where I turn next is the history of biblical scholarship, where I can learn as much as I can about what people have studied on this topic in the Bible over a long period of time. So think of it this way. Imagine that you have a really good friend who is interested in the same things that you are. And so you go out for a cup of coffee, and they've been learning a whole bunch, and so they share all this stuff that you've never heard before, and it makes so much sense, and things that are surprising to you. But then you've been learning and reading too, and you have things to share with them, and you both walk away thinking, that was amazing, I'm enriched by that conversation, awesome, hooray. So imagine that same kind of conversation happening about the Bible over the last 2,000 plus years from scholars and readers and wise people who live all over the planet and all different kinds of cultures. This is called the history of biblical scholarship. I think it's one of the most exciting things about biblical studies is tuning in to all of these different conversations happening throughout history, because everybody's trying to read and understand the scriptures. So, for example, I've learned an enormous amount from the Jewish scholars who produced the famous Dead Sea Scrolls. They were such intense readers and studiers of the Bible. You could turn to the history of German biblical scholarship in the last 200 or 300 years. So many important insights into the scriptures and the history of biblical language and themes. I love reading modern Israeli scholars. These are often scholars who grew up reading the Bible in its original language, like from a young age, and they just have amazing wisdom and insight into the way biblical literature works and communicates. So that's just a sampling. I could bore you and give you a very long list, but you get the idea. For me, this is my community of learning. A lot of what we're trying to do in the videos and the podcasts we create at the Bible Project is translate all of this that's available, but that no one's ever going to read, and make it available to a much wider audience, because there's so much exciting and new, insightful things to be learned from the history of biblical scholarship. And so that plays a really important role in our process.